Hey guys, what's up? Jared here, Dex and Dice Ramblings of an LGS owner. And I kind of just want to do a quick video because it's been something shower thoughts is essentially what happened with this. Um, Kind of like why you don't want your cards or whatever card game you may play to just be game pieces. The affordable, only worth 50 cents, maybe a dollar or whatever that all the as Rudy says, the game piece army would like for them to be. I've covered this in a couple other older videos. By all means, if you're curious about what I blabber about, check out the channel, go through some old stuff, watch some stuff, and then, that would be super. But, anyways, so the main reason why you don't want your game pieces to be game pieces is for the bare basic reason of if something were to happen, and trust me, the 4.5 years I've been doing this, I've seen this happen a lot. Where like if you need an extra $100 to cover a bill, lunch money for the week, little Johnny needs something for school, you've got a speeding ticket, a bill that comes due or whatever. Um, you want the stuff to be worth something so that way you actually get something when you might need to trade it in or sell it or whatever to cover an unexpected charge, whatever it may be. If everything was like 50 cents to a dollar or whatever, you know, first of all, there would be no shops like mine. There just simply wouldn't. There wouldn't be enough, meat on the bone to justify someone building an entire business around trading card games or any of that stuff, right? Like they're just we would not exist. It would simply be something that you would go to, Walmart, Target, Costco, Sam's, insert other big names here to go and get and then take it home and, play with your buddies. You would probably never see, local in-store tournaments or whatever. It would probably just end up being like regional stuff that the game makers themselves would host, and that would probably be about the extent of how you would be able to play the game outside of your kitchen table. And as we all, or as everyone seems to say, that they have a huge issue with corporations making money and blah blah blah. If that was if everything was a game piece price, that would be exactly what you would be doing. You would just be feeding the beast because you would still want to play the game, but there's no local dumbass like myself who would like to start a business with this stuff. So you would just be giving Walmart, Target, Sam's, whatever, your money and continuing the cycle. Yes, okay, you could proxy, sure. That's a whole other subject. Maybe I'll do a video on that one. I don't know, but yeah, you could proxy, but then that kind of comes with its own little shit too. Like, do the people you play with like proxies? Are they kind of like me, where it's like, okay, yeah, cool, you can proxy the deck, but like after about 10 or 15 games, if you haven't been fleshing the deck out, no, fuck you, I don't want you playing with that deck because I don't proxy, and there's no real reason for you to be able to just proxy everything and do what you do. And here I am, buying the stuff, trying to do it the right way or whatever. You get where I'm going with that. Like, yeah, I'll stop with that. That's a whole other, like I said, whole other conversation. And yeah, okay, I also heard people there. Well, it depends on the skill of the player at that point, and not their wallet. Sure, you got me there, I suppose, maybe. But every hobby costs money. I don't care what it is. Um, Fishing. If you want to go fish, you reel, rod, tackle, bait, fishing license, usually a spot to go fish, if you don't know of any spots or whatever, will cost you something to go fish. Um, Woodworking is going to cost you the wood, the thing to burn the wood with. Uh, drawing blanks. Like if you're an artist or whatever, it's going to cost you, canvases, paints, brushes, colored pencils, whatever the hell medium you use, software, whatever. It's going to cost you money. So like, it's hobbies are expensive. There's no way around it, and not everything can be free. But anyways, I'm digressing. The whole like everything should be $1 is dumb, guys. It really is. Maybe you've been fortunate enough to not have to be in the scenario of, oh shit, I need to sell some stuff to make some money to cover an unexpected expense or whatever. Or, and I mean, good for you, but there's a lot of people out there that are in that boat, that do experience that frequently, which is weird, but I mean, you do you, boo boo, like whatever. As long as you ain't, doing terrible, bad stuff, I don't really care. Anyways, and plus it comes down to like, don't you want the stuff you buy to be worth something anyways, to kind of like get some kind of equity out of the hard-earned money that you did, however the hell you earned it? Don't you want that to kind of like, I don't know, like I said, get some equity out of it, be worth something? I don't fully grasp the everything should be $1 or less. I really don't. Because again, if everything is $1 or less, good luck selling that stuff to someone, or even like trying to trade shit for people. Like, even if you're just trading stuff, there's no money involved. Everything has an intrinsic value behind it. It might not be a monetary value if you're just doing the barter system, but there's probably a good chance that you're going to have to trade 5 of something for 1 of something that you really, really want. You're still, there's a value to it. You're still having to purchase it with, resources that you have that you might not really want to get rid of, but if you really want the piece, you're going to do it. But like I said, you guys really just don't want your game pieces to be cheap. You don't. Now, I can understand when you start hitting the, $80 and above club. Like, okay, cool. I can understand that at that point, if you're buying that crap, you're a collector, and that's a whole other ball game. I'm kind of more or less talking about people who are just avid enjoyers of a game. They're players and all that good stuff. Like once you start hitting that mark, it's either a really coveted, sought after piece, or you're buying like a fractured foil or a galaxy foil or something to fill in the binder because you're a collector. Like I can't justify the price point for that for a simple player. But if you're a collector, that's, you do you, that's completely normal. Like, that's just, it is what it is there. But again, guys, like I said, I just want to do a quick little video about that. It was just shower thoughts I had before I got into the shop. It's just, what do you think? Like, am I right? Do you, like, if you sit down and really think about it, do you really want your game pieces to be 50 cents to $1 each, and then you end up needing $400 someday because, I don't know, like let's say your water pump in your car goes out or something and you don't have it, but you have a crap ton of game pieces laying around that you could possibly get some equity out of, but if they're only worth 50 cents to $1 each, like, you get what I'm saying. So anyways, let me know what you think. Like, sub, share, all that good stuff. And yeah, just a quick little video. And I'm done for the day, I guess. Brain is kind of meh. So I didn't even really want to do this video because I, squirrel brained. But here it is. Gonna leave you alone now because, yeah, this is getting weird. As I like to say, life is not a dick. You don't have to take it so hard. You're a trash can, not a trash can't. And I'll bother you guys with another video sometime next week, more than likely. And by all means, man, reach out to me. Tell me that you want to know my fucking opinion on X, Y, and Z. Help me get some ideas floating around because, honestly, I don't want to sound like a fucking, pair it with parroting everything else that everyone else is saying. So, like, I don't know, just, help every now and again. But yeah, you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.